Hello and welcome to Git Branch Crash Course. So in this video, we are going to talk about how Git Branch operation works. So first of all, we are going to see what is Git Branch and its use case. Then we'll go into cover the Git Branch architecture and how the commit and the head position work. Next, we will see all the important Git commands for the branch operation with some examples. We'll also look at the potential issues you may experience while working with branches. Finally, if you accidentally delete a branch in Git, then we are going to see the steps how to recover them. After which you will have a good overview and understanding on how Git branching actually works and learn all the important Git commands you can use in your daily life. First of all, why Git branch? So let's look at the scenario here. So we have the Git provider, or maybe from the GitLab or the GitHub or any other providers, where our code is stored and we are working on it from two separate computers. Now this works well when we just have one or two people working on this project. But what if consider a bigger scenario? Let's say that there are multiple users, they are trying to change the code at once. This can go mess really quickly. Moreover, the master code you are working is the production one and you don't want everyone to make changes on it because it can bring down the service if something gets broken. This is where the Git branching strategy comes into the play and we'll explore how Git branch overcome this. Let's look back to the scenario where we have two computers. We have our code stored in the Git provider and we want to make some changes. Like I said, we don't want to do this on the production code itself, so we create a branch. This is a copy of the main code at the Git provider. Nothing we do on the branch will be noticeable on the main code. We now take a copy from the branch to our local computer and start making changes. So when we made those changes, we pushed them back to the Git provider, but now to the branch instead of to the main code. Now let's look at a different scenario here. We have our main branch that is a default branch that every project starts with, and we start making our commits. After making few commits, we decided we want to add new features, but we are not sure if it is going to work or not. So we create a new branch and make the changes on our code. We commit those changes to that new branch. Now the commit is on the new branch, not on the main branch. So when we are finally ready, we will merge the changes from the new branch. Now the master branch containing all the changes from the new branch. So before start creating a new branch, it's important to understand the location of the head pointer. So we have our main branch. We know the head pointer always points to the last commit in the main branch. When we create a new branch, the head still points to the commit from the main branch because there is no additional commit made from the new branch. It's only when we make new commits from the new branch that the head moves to the new commit because the commit is not on the main branch anymore. We can switch back and forth. When we switch to the main, the head moves to the main. And when we make the commits, the head moves to the next commit from the main branch. And this goes on. When we are finally ready to merge, the head moves to the merge commit. I hope you get the concept and we'll see how this works shortly. So whatever we discussed so far, let's switch to the terminal and see this in action. A quick shout out to all who are watching this channel first time. If you are interested in net DevOps related content, I frequently upload videos on this topic. So consider subscribing to my channel and click the notification bell icon so that you don't miss any future videos. So before we create a branch, let's start looking all the branches currently we have by typing git branch command. It will show you the list of branches and there is only one branch which is the main branch. By default, this is the name when you initialize the Git project and that is the starting point. And you can see there is an asterisk on the left with the text color on the green that indicates the current branch or currently checked out branch. Now let's look at how to create a new branch. To create a new branch in Git, we use command git branch followed by the name of the new branch. In this example, let's call the new branch new_feature. After running this command, we can use git branch again and we'll see that the new branch has been created and that the main branch is still as a current branch. Before we switch to the new branch, let's take a closer look at some of the details of the new branch. Remember we discussed about head. So let's look where the head is positioned. To see that, go to git directory /head, all in caps. And you can see that head is currently referenced to the main branch, but this will change once we switch to the new branch. If you look further down in the directory, we can see that the folder has been created for both main as well as the feature branch. And if we navigate inside the main folder, we can find that commit hash value, which is a long string starting with CA65. Let's also check what is inside the new feature folder. We can see that it also has the same commit hash value, and this hash value is a reference to the specific commit. Since we have made any commits on the new branch yet, the commit reference would be same for both branches at this moment. This can be a useful reference point when you are encountering errors during the commit. Additionally, we can use the command git log -- online with no space in between to see the commit history in a single line. This is a powerful tool when working with a large number of commits. In this example, we can see that there are 2 commits listed with the most recent commit at the top of the output. We can also see the commit hash value, which is the same what we saw earlier, and the head is pointing to both main as well as the feature branch. So to put these things on perspective, creating a new branch in a Git involves git branch command followed by the name of the new branch, head reference in the Git point to the current branch, and we can use commit hash value to reference to the specific commit. So we have learned how to create a new branch. Now let's use it. To switch to new branch, you can use git checkout followed by the name of the branch. You can also use git switch command as well. After running this command, we'll see it has been switched to new feature branch. To confirm this, we can run git branch command again, and we can see that we are on the new branch. Any commits we make on this branch will not affect the main branch. If we look at the head reference, we can see that it is now points to the new feature branch. Let's make a small update on our project by changing the port number from 80 to 8080 in the Docker file. To see if this change is reflected in Git, we can run the command git status, and this will show that this Docker file has been modified but no changes has been added to the commit yet. If you're not familiar with committing the changes in Git, I created a short video explaining the commit operations. I'll put the link in the description below. To state the changes, we can run git add dot. After running this command, we can see the git status again. It will show you that changes already committed to the new feature branch. To commit the changes, we can use the command git commit with the -m flag to add the commit message. This will return a commit hash starting with F89E. Finally, we run a git log -- online to see the head position. The first line will show you the commit hash we saw on the commit with the head pointed to the new feature branch and commit message. On the second line, we can see our previous commit on the main branch. I hope you get the logic. So we have seen how to create and switch to the new branch. But there is a way to accomplish both tasks with a single command. Let's explore this feature. So before we creating a new branch, we need to decide on its starting point. We want to branch off from the main branch or from another branch like a new feature that has additional commits. For this example, let's branch off from the new features branch using the command git checkout new feature. Now we can create a new branch named development and switch to it simultaneously using git checkout -b development command. We can confirm that new branch has been created and switched off correctly by running the git branch command, which show all the branches with an asterisk next to the currently checked out branch, in this case development. Let's make some changes to the development branch by adding the text to the index.html file. When we check out the git status, we can see that there is an uncommitted changes in this working directory. We can stage it and commit our changes using the command git add and git commit -m updated index.html for the development branch. Finally, we run a git log. We can see that there are 3 branches: the master branch, the new feature branch, and the development branch. And the development branch points to the commit we just made. To summarize, we can use checkout -b option to create and switch to new branch in a single step, which can save your time when working with multiple branches. Now I'll show you a potential issue that you may experience while working with branches. So let's take a look. First, let's run a git branch, and it's currently pointing to my new development branch. And let's also check the git status and see if there is no pending commits and everything looks clean. Now I'll make some changes in the code by updating a column in the index.html. And if you run the git status again, we can see that these changes are yet to be committed. Next, let's try to switch to the main branch using the command git checkout main. However, Git won't let us do this. It tells us that the following file would be overwritten by the checkout and ask us to commit the changes or stash our changes before we switch the branches. So what's happening here? So Git is taking a safe path here, asking us to decide. If we want to do those changes, we should commit them. If we don't want them, we should get rid of them. In other words, you can't switch if the changes in the working directory conflict in what is on the other branch. So let's go ahead and commit our changes to avoid such conflict. So once we have the several branches, we have the ability to compare them. Let's see how to do that. First, let's check the Git branch to see the branches and what branch we are currently on. In order to compare two things in Git, we use command git diff followed by the name of the branches we want to compare. For example, we can use git diff main and space new feature to compare the main branch with the new feature branch. So when we enter this command, it returns the difference between the two branches. We can see that there is a change in one of the line, and Git also tell you what change it is. I think it's one of the cool feature, isn't it? So instead of new features, let's compare with the development. We can do this with flipping the order of the branch name. Here we'll use git diff new feature space development. Typically, you put the older branch first so that you can see all the updates with the latest commit from the new branch. We can also go back with one commit before the last one by using git diff new feature space development then caret sign single caret. We can go with the two commit before that using by same command with the two carets. So when we do this, we can see there are no differences. Why is that? Because if you remember, that's the point we branched off from the main branch. So this is another good command we can use in our daily life to check the history of the commit. So on the same context, there is another useful command that we can use is the git branch -- merged. This commands tell you all the commits on the main branch are on the development branch, and all the commits on the new feature branch also in the development branch. So let me switch to the new feature branch now. If you run the git merged command again, we can see that the development is not included in the list because it has some commits that are not included in the new feature branch. We can notice the development branch on the unmerged list using the command git branch --no -merged. This command does exact opposite of the previous command. Now let's think through this scenario where you want to share your code with someone else and you are using a different name what your team members are using, and you need to rename your branch name. Let's quickly see the rename command. So first let's run the git help branch to check the help command and find out. You can see the -m to rename it, press Q to exit from the help. For this example, let's change the new feature branch to feature_latest. So the command would be git branch -m new _feature then the new branch name, which is the latest _feature. Remember, if you just give only one name with this command, then it's renamed the current branch. Assume you have done with your changes and it was tested from your branches, and you have committed those changes and merged with your main branch. So we have another video coming in that explains the git merge operation, so stay tuned. So now we don't need the branches anymore, so let's learn how to delete a branch here. First, let's check which branch we are currently on using git branch command. Make sure you are on the main branch by switching into the git checkout main. In Git, you can delete the branch using git branch -d branch name. Remember that it is small t. Where the branch name is the name of the branch you want to delete, and this command will delete the branch only if it has already been merged with the main branch. If you want to delete a branch regardless of whether it was merged or not, you can use git branch -d where it is capital D then branch name. This will force the Git to delete the branch even if it contains unmerged changes. It's important to note that deleting the branch only removes the branch label but not the actual commit themselves. If you delete a branch by mistake, you can usually recover it using git ref log command to find out the commit hash of the most recent commit on the branch, using the git branch name then commit hash command to recreate the branch at that point. The ref log is a shortcut for reference log. On that note, I hope you got the entire perspective about the Git branch and how it works and what are some of the important commands that would be helpful for your daily life. If you enjoyed this video, do share with your friends and please press like button, and I will see you on the next video.